Hey folks, welcome back to My Kitten Reads. I'm Eleanor and it's Dewey's 24-hour readathon time again. Woo! So this is my TBR video, so it's April. It's the very end of April. It's actually going to be mostly May by the time readathon happens for me because of course my time zone means it's going to be mostly on Sunday. I have, as usual, a large TBR pile, so I have plenty of options. Yeah, so it should be good. I need to check my timings. Not sure whether I'll be able to do much reading at all on Saturday night because I am going to the theatre and then there is a Formula E race on right around the time that the readathon should be starting, I think. So there may not be much reading done on Saturday night, but I should be reading pretty much all day on Sunday. That's the plan. And so I have a lot of options. As I've said, a lot of things I'm partway through. Obviously won't read everything, but you know me, 24-hour readathon, I like to be flexible. So the one thing that I will hopefully finish, and I might actually read more of it tomorrow when I have time as well, because it's going to take me a bit of effort, and that is my current book for university, which we will be looking at next week, and that is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I am currently just over a third of the way through it, which is a hell of a lot better than what happened last time I tried to read Daphne du Maurier. I had previously, a few years ago, been assigned Jamaica Inn to read, and I barely got a couple of chapters in and just couldn't because the atmosphere was too much for me. This one's going a bit better. I still wouldn't say I'm loving it. I'm not really connecting with the main character, which, given that it's a book in pretty much first person, is a problem of mine. But it's happening, it's going, and so like I said, I'm a little over a third of the way through, and so that is definitely on my reading list for Sunday. Then I've got a couple of books that I have started in my little diversity TBR jar that I've kind of started and not really picked up since I started them. So I would like to get maybe at least one of these read, and so I have The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna, which is an Outbreak book, and is about, I think, someone who has the wrong colour blood and ends up learning to be a warrior with magic or something like that. But yeah, so that one is a shorter one, so maybe I'll pick up this one. Because I do remember that when I read the first couple of chapters, I was enjoying it. So that is on the list. Also on the list, I'm not sure if I will get to this one or not because it's a bit longer, but Sisters of the Snake by Serena and Sasha Nanua. So this is like a kind of Indian fantasy world version of kind of The Prince and the Pauper, you know, doubles, you know, one royal and one thief who look the same. Yeah, so that's again a magical one set in a kind of a magical Indian style world. But you know, it's an option if that's what I decide I want to read. Then I did actually pull something out of the TBR jar for April, which I have not started yet, but it could be a bit of a fun one, so I could just hopefully motor through it, and that is Network Effect by Martha Wells. This is the novel that comes fifth in the series of the Murderbot Diaries. So there's the 4 novellas that I've already read, then there is this novel, and then there is at least one other novella after that. So this came out of the jar. I swear I didn't cheat this time. I cheated in March, if you remember, and pulled a novella that I wanted to read. So that's the only TBR jar one I've actually finished. But yeah, so this looks like will probably be a pretty fun read. I really like the Murderbot Diaries. So yeah. And it's a bit of a shorter one as well, so that might definitely, I think, get picked up. Then I've got some shorter stuff to read. So I pulled Cranky Ladies of History, which is a short story collection, off my currently reading pile, which I started rereading it a while back and didn't get very far. But short stories are always good to have on hand for a readathon, so I would like to reread some more of these short stories. So these are short stories that are essentially centering women from history that are a bit cranky, you know, that are a bit fierce and grumpy and sometimes a bit violent and sometimes a bit awesome. And yeah, so I would like to reread some more of those short stories. And then I have a pile, he's very large, a couple of volumes of The Lumberjanes. I haven't read any comics in a while. I bought these a while back. It's volume 10 and volume 11 of The Lumberjanes, which is one of the ongoing comic series that I've been trying to read. I'm way behind, but I do still enjoy these. And they will make a nice break from more prosy reading, I believe. In terms of any other books that I don't have in physical copy, I will probably have to go to the gym on Sunday, so that will probably mean ebook. And my current ebook that I am reading at the gym that I was reading a bit this evening is rereading Emma by Jane Austen. If I get a headache, which is not entirely impossible because I've had headaches most of this week, I may switch to an audiobook. Currently, I think I have a couple of non-fiction ones that I have started. There was a Claire Wright one, which is I think called Our Daughters of Freedom, which is about the suffrage movement, women's suffrage movement in Australia. And I did at one stage start reading Aussie Grit, Mark Webber's autobiography, via audio as well. So that's a possibility. I think I started reading a Poirot via audio that I then discovered that, like, I'm pretty sure I've read all the Poirot, the actual official Agatha Christie Poirot novels. I did a whole project where I was reading all of those and all of the Marples when I was in my final couple of years at uni. But when I started listening to this one, which is Murder on the Links, I think, I didn't remember it at all, which is bizarre. So I got a bit distracted from that. But that's also an option if I have a bit of a headache as well, because I'm listening to that on audio. But hopefully I'll mostly be doing these ones, which would be nice, and I will hopefully be headache free. That'd be nice. Yeah, so that is my TBR for the April 2022 Dewey's 24-hour readathon. You know, feel free to join in. I always love Dewey's. You know I love Dewey's. It's fantastic. I've got the day off on Monday, so I can just read all day Sunday and then fall on an exhausted heap. But yes, that's what I'm planning on reading. I know, lots of options. All right, I'll see you all again really soon. Bye.